Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 28 of Shattered Image, and this one is titled Take Cover. It took you a second to ready your artillery, but once you were ready, you fired back. Do it then, you goaded with a smirk. Sero didn't know where to take that one and just laughed instead. Nah, I'm good, he said with a smile, and you clicked your tongue to the inside of your teeth with a somewhat annoyed look on your face. Why is he being like this? My heart feels weird, you thought. Sero sensed the switch in you, but just decided to leave it for now. He figured you had just gotten tired of the conversation, since he wasn't going to follow through, so he decided to just take a sip of the iced coffee instead. He picked up his glass that you had drunk from and took a sip. It'll do, he replied with a mild look on his face as he sat the glass back down on the table. You could have drunk from the other one. I haven't touched that one yet, you said with indignation. Nah, this is my dandelion, he said with a cheeky smirk as he took another sip. You can have the other one, since it's got more in it. You're obviously very hungry and very thirsty today. You keep stealing all my stuff. This is why you don't need a girlfriend, you joked. I'm doing a great job of stealing your things. Yeah, I guess you're right, he replied with a grin. Anyway, after this scan thing, do you think they'll let me out? You asked, switching subjects quickly. I guess I don't super care though. I don't want to go home anyway because my mum is really sad and my dad is pissed, so yeah, not great. Oh, yeah, you said they were here. What happened? He asked. You sighed and sat back and then crossed your arms across your chest. I love my mum, right? But I feel like I just constantly disappoint her, you said, looking away. And I went off at Dad for not telling me about our quirk and he just got mad. Like, bro, talk to me, you huffed. Have you tried looking up your quirk in the quirk registry? Sero asked. Yeah, but there are so many mirror-related quirks and I didn't really have the time to look through all of them. Plus, they don't have names attached to them, so it's hard to narrow it down, you said. I need to talk to someone who lives with this quirk. Do you know any relatives on your dad's side who have it? Sero then asked. No, you replied with annoyance. I told you before, it's all very secretive. Sero hummed. So, do you want me to help you look into it? You looked at him. This guy was being so genuinely kind and helpful, and you really did just have to sit there and pinch yourself. You really appreciated him, and you wanted to tell him that, but you were also so confused. What's in it for you? You found yourself snapping at him. For some reason, you couldn't just reply how you wanted to. There was always this anger that jumped in the way first. Sero paused in his reach for the iced coffee and looked at you. You're welcome, he said after a light pause, his soft smile replying to your inner being that really wanted to say a big thank you for everything that he had done so far. He had replied to you, the you at your heart's core. He had ignored your harsh words and replied to your soul, and you froze. He gets me. He really gets me, you thought, your face suddenly showing utter shocked gratitude before you got up and ran. Whoa, what? Sero called out in surprise. Yin, wait, what happened? He called as he jumped up as well and gave chase and ran after you. You bolted towards the corridor and ran blindly along the whitewashed sterile halls, not having anywhere to run to but just needing to get away for a second. Stop! You heard a voice call, but you weren't stopping for anyone. No ma'am, no sir. What if Mum and Dad replied to me how Sero just did? You asked yourself as you ran, thinking about how you had told them to leave, and what if they had just told you that they loved you and that they were sorry they hadn't told you about your quirk? How would you have felt? A different emotion welled inside you, and you heard a strange sound come from your throat. What was that? You asked yourself as you skidded around a corner and kept running, feeling wet stuff on your cheeks. Surprised, you wiped your cheeks, oddly expecting to see blood there, but instead you saw a clear liquid, and then it struck you. Tears? What? Real tears? Wait, were they fake or real? You were looking so intently at the back of your hand that you didn't see the aggressive response team blocking the way up ahead and kept barreling down the hall towards them. Your hospital clothes had been fitted with a heart rate monitor as well as a tracker, and the second you took off running, your outfit alerted the doctors on your ward that you were on the move, and they jumped into action, sending your information to the response team on site. Sero was still giving chase behind you and rounded the corner just in time to see you run straight into the team of 4 men. They grabbed you and tackled you to the ground instantly, trying to immobilize you quickly, but your fight reflexes kicked in then, and you quickly flipped yourself onto your back and quirked the guy who had grabbed you. "Let me go!" you shouted, tucking your legs up and kicking him firmly in the chest so that he was flung back against the wall. With one down, you quickly looked at the other three and got them zoned out before you jumped up and tried to run again. Sero knew this wasn't going to look good on your rap sheet, and so shot his tape from both elbows and wrapped them around you, and then pulled firmly to stop you in your tracks. "No, let go!" you shouted at him in a panic, unable to wipe your eyes because he had locked one of your arms behind you and the other by your side. "It's okay," he called gently as he jogged over to you and reeled you in. "You're okay. It's okay. Please deactivate," he said. "No, I can't. Go away. I'll quirk you," you threatened. "Yin, deactivate," he said. "Go away! Let me go!" you shouted, trying to keep your face averted from him. "Yin, this has nothing to do with them. Deactivate. Do it now. Now," he called, and you quickly looked at the men in turn and deactivated and then looked away. "There, I did it. Now let me go!" you shouted. He quickly ripped his tape from your arms and stepped back, watching as you took off running again. "I need to tell them to let her be," he thought as he turned down an adjacent hall and ran back towards the psych ward, following the signs. As he ran, he wondered what had set you off. He also wondered if he had seen correctly. Had you been crying? You never cried. "She just needs some space. She'll find somewhere to hide, and after she's calmed down for a bit, I'll go and get her," he thought as he rounded the last corner and saw the lady up ahead talking firmly with some of the other doctors, a tracking screen in her hands. "Find her quickly and bring her back," she said sternly. "Wait," Sero called as he ran up. "Wait, don't chase her. Call off anyone who's chasing her. She's not trying to escape the hospital, I promise. I think I messed up. It's because of me that she's running. If you let me see where she is, I can guarantee that she'll find somewhere to hide, and once she's calmed down, I can go and find her. Trust me," he said quickly. The lady and doctors looked at him, and then at each other, and then the lady handed over the tracking screen with a live tracking app showing to Sero. "This is where she is. She's headed for the exit," the lady said. Sero looked down at the tracker and watched it beep its way along the hall, definitely heading towards the exit, and he held his breath. "Don't do it, Yin. Don't do it," he begged internally, watching the flashing red icon get closer and closer to the doors at the end. Suddenly, your red dot on screen did a hard left up against what appeared to be the wall and stopped there. "She's thrown her shirt off!" the lady gasped when she saw the tracker icon just flashing against the wall. No," Sero said after a second. "Is there a vending machine in that hallway?" One of the doctors looked surprised. "Yes, there is," he replied curiously. "Has she stopped to buy something?" "No," Sero said with a little chuckle and a head shake, and then he just stood there smiling to himself. "No," he said again internally. "She's behind it." Yin and her love of vending machines strikes again. Stay tuned for the next chapter. Chapter 20... What is it? Someone help me out here. I'm just scrolling. 29 coming tomorrow. Jeez, we are moving so quickly through this book. Almost chapter 30. 29 coming tomorrow. I will see you then.